Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have the 3-month update on the sealant test that I'm currently doing on my test panel out there. So wasn't sure last week if I was going to keep this test going, but it looks like I'll keep it going for just a little bit longer because I do think some of these are on the verge of failing and we're probably going to see a clear winner. So if I can just get these bottles to stay. Run through exactly what we have really quickly, just in case anyone is watching for the first time. So we have Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions Ceramic Spray Coating, Meguiars Hybrid Ceramic Wax, Mother's CMX Ceramic Spray Coating. That's the end of the ceramic coating, like spray sealants. I really don't like that they are saying ceramic, which we'll get into. Then we have Bowdens own bead machine, NV Jet and Carpro Reload. So also a small little bonus section because we wanted to see, do these ceramic spray coatings compare to an actual ceramic coating. So we have a small little section here with some Carpro cquartz UK 3.0. So we applied these, like I said, to this test panel 3 months ago now. This panel sits outside in the sun, in the weather. It's actually copped a bit of a battering the last fortnight. We've had hail twice and a few storms, lots of wind. So yeah, it has been definitely treated to some elements the last 2 weeks. And if you watched the last update, which was 10 weeks, this is the 12 week, I did have some issues with the water sheeting and had quite a few people suggest that I remove the tape because that's what's sort of trapping the water. And unfortunately, because I used cheap tape this time, I was all out of the Carpro tape that I normally use, it doesn't really want to peel off after being left out in the sun, which is my mistake. So I did try and peel them off, but it's just going to break into a million pieces. I'm going to need to use something to get them off, which will kind of degrade the sealants. So I've just left them. I did put the bonnet on a little bit more of an angle this time. So, and if I get that sheeting issue again where it's sticking to the tape, then I'll just know that's why, but I'll try and not let that happen, and if it does, I'll just give it a little bit of a lift. Alright, let's get into the test. So firstly, we'll just rinse it down. And we're going to just quickly give it a wash. And we're just using Carpro Reset as always. Okay, so we've washed it. Let's rinse that down. Okay, so now let's just test the sheeting abilities. So starting off, we have the ceramic coating. Let's try and flood that section. You can see the water sheets straight away. Going the Turtle Wax ceramic. So you can see sheeting from the bottom there. Definitely getting a lot slower, even in the last 2 weeks. But still sheeting away, just, yeah, not at any great rate. Nothing that you'd be happy with if you had that on your car. You'd be looking to reapply. So that's the 3-month stage for that one. Next we have the Meguiars Hybrid Ceramic. So we're trying to not completely cover the end sections just so we don't have the water sticking like we did in the last update. But you can see sheeting off quite well. Next we have the Mother's CMX. So I just compared that to the Meguiars. And the Mother's just shooting from the top but pretty quickly drying, and the Meguiars sort of meeting in the middle. So yeah, I thought the Meguiars was going to be a lot faster, but actually about the same. So I'll just see if we still have the Bowdens in shot. Might just move the camera a little bit. Okay, so Bowdens bead machine. So yeah, you can see that quite rapidly sheeting. I'll put it next to the Mother's. I think I still have both of those in shot next to each other, because the Mother's and the Meguiars were about the same, so we can compare it and see the Bowdens a lot quicker. So, and we'll go the NV Jet. So the NV, not as fast as it was in the last update, but still sheeting the water quite well. I think I have all three of these in the one shot, so I'm going to go the NV versus the Mother's versus the Bowdens. Okay, so I managed to get the water sticking on the NV, unfortunately. Yeah, having the same issue with the tape kind of holding the water. Okay, so now I just started sheeting. Okay, here we go. I'd like to get all three going at once. So here we go, all three. So clearly the Bowdens shooting a lot faster. The NV, Mother's and the Meguiars are all pretty similar. So I'm not going to even say that NV is in fourth anymore. I think NV's probably moved into second. It seems to be shooting a little bit better, but really there's not much in it. And lastly, Carpro Reload, it's gone. It's not shooting at all anymore. See on the edge here, that's about all it's doing. So yeah, I'm going to call the Carpro completely done at this point. It has been on its way out for quite a while, but now that's, I mean, yeah, here we go. It's got a slight sheet coming from the end, but yeah, pretty much that's gone. So there we go. There's the sheeting test. Let's flick the hose into a bead function, a mist function, and check for our beading. All right, so we're just in the mist function. Starting off, show how the ceramic coating is doing, and as you can imagine, after 3 months, basically untouched. Incredible beading, as you'd expect, because it is an actual coating. Comparing that to the turtle wax. So yeah, not really nice, perfectly round beads on the turtle wax anymore. You compare that to the ceramic coating. Quite a difference. So 3 months versus 3 months. There you go. And the Meguiars. Actually just cover all of them. You can just go over them. So here is close up on the beading for the Meguiars. Definitely not looking as nice and round as they were. I see a clear difference. It is starting to degrade a little bit faster. It's definitely taken quite a bit of a hit in the last 2 weeks, to be honest. I'm looking over at the NV Jet, which I thought was in 4th, and it's probably looking a little bit better than the Meguiars now. The Mothers still looking pretty decent. Just a little bit better than the Meguiars. I mean, they're still, after 3 months, these are both really doing well. I'm just kind of picking at it because I have been updating it every 2 weeks. I can see the difference since last time, since about a month ago. For the Bowdens, I mean, that's pretty amazing after 3 months that it's still looking this good. Not absolutely perfectly round beads anymore, but it is definitely looking the best. And the NV. So try and get a better shot for you guys. I just know it up close looks a bit better, but try not to get the shadow of the camera. But yeah, so the NV also looking really good. So coming across, so we'll go about here. So this is the NV, the Bowdens bead machine, the Mothers CMX, the Meguiars hybrid ceramic, and the turtle wax. And didn't really show the Carpro, but yeah, it's not beading. Still got the water stuck to it from the sheeting test. So there we go, 3 months. I was planning on ending this at this point, but after looking at this after 3 months, I feel like I need to keep it going for a little bit longer. I do have an extra panel now, so I can actually start my next test. So that may start a little bit sooner than planned. I did, yeah, pick up a new, it's like a boot, a black boot that I can do the test on. So I might keep this one going, yeah, a bit longer. I mean, I'd like to see just how long these do last before you would want to strip them. So like I said, the turtle wax ceramic, I would be reapplying that at this point. And I know they have toppers, they all have toppers, but that's not the best reason for a product to not last as long as its competitors. You could top all of these and make them look better, but how long does the base layer last? This Bowdens bead machine, at 3 months, I don't think you would even need to top it, so you don't need to spend money or your time applying something else on top when it's still working perfectly. Same somewhat for the Meguiars, Mothers, and the NV. They don't need anything. They're not looking as good as they did, yes, but they're still looking a lot better than the turtle wax would if you were to put a topper on it. Which I will test in the future. I have picked up a lot of toppers for these products, but I'll be in a separate test soon. But that's, yeah, I just thought I'd point that out because a lot of people are saying, oh, well, I could just put the turtle wax topping product and it would look better than all these again. But that's spending extra money, that's spending extra time. Why would you do that and use that product in the first place when you could get the same performance as any of these 4 after the 3 month stage? And then yes, in another month we could apply to a topper to these and get the 6 months out of them. But I am pretty impressed, I have to say, by these 4 products. 3 months, washed weekly up until the 2 month mark, or was the 1 month mark, but washed regularly, left outside in the sun all day, rain, wind, dust, hail even this week, and still looking really good. I mean, obviously it's no ceramic coating, but that's not what it's trying to be, or at least for these 2 anyway. These aren't claiming to be ceramic. They're just saying they're durable spray sealants, which they definitely are. So yeah, without rambling, I'm going to keep this going. Hopefully you guys are still keen to see more of this, but I just think it's worthwhile finding out exactly how long these do last. We've put so much effort into getting to this point. Why strip them off and start again now when I can just keep it going? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this update. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up down below. And yeah, leave me a comment. Do you think it's a mistake to keep this going, or would you like to see exactly how long these last? Because for all we know, in 2 weeks, the Mothers might completely fail and we'll know, okay, it lasts 14 weeks, roughly, sitting out in the sun, or it may keep going. But it's just, at this point, I think I'd prefer to see it keep going. If I was watching the videos and making the videos, I'm also curious to see how it goes. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, come on, hit the subscribe button, help me out, would appreciate that. But yeah, with all that said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.